12 days. 1 tablespoon of something I bought for $1 at my local grocery store. And my blood pressure reading went from 158/94, the number that had been haunting me for months, down to 131/81. 12 days. When I showed my colleague at the hospital, he said, "Elizabeth, what did you change? Did you start medication?" I told him, "No medication, just pumpkin seeds, 1 tablespoon every morning." He laughed. He actually laughed at me. Then I showed him my blood pressure log. 12 consecutive mornings. Every single reading is lower than the last. He stopped laughing. He leaned forward and said, "How is that possible?" And that is exactly what I want to explain to you today, because what happened to my blood vessels over those 12 days is something they do not teach us in medical school, something the pharmaceutical companies do not want you to know, something so simple that when I tell other doctors about it, they think I am crazy, until they see the results. Your high blood pressure right now is not a life sentence. It is not something you are stuck with because of your age or your genetics. It is a deficiency. Your blood vessels are literally starving for one mineral, and the moment you give them what they need, everything changes. The tightness releases, the pressure drops, and you feel it in your body within days. I am not talking about months of clean eating or hours at the gym. I am talking about 12 days, 1 tablespoon, $1. And I am going to walk you through exactly what I did, why it worked, and how you can start tonight. I am Dr. Elizabeth Green. I have spent over 15 years in medicine, and for the last decade I have been helping men over 50 take back control of their health without becoming dependent on prescriptions that treat symptoms, but never fix the real problem. And today I want to share something personal, something I tested on myself first, because when my own blood pressure started creeping into the danger zone, I refused to accept that pills were my only option. So I dug into the research. I looked at what was really happening inside my blood vessels, and I found something that changed everything. Let me tell you what nobody explained to me, and what your doctor probably has not explained to you either. When your blood pressure goes up after 50, everyone talks about salt, they talk about stress, they talk about weight. But almost nobody talks about magnesium, and that is the real problem. Here is what is actually happening inside your body right now. Your blood vessels are like muscles. They contract and relax with every heartbeat. When they are healthy, they stay flexible. They open and close smoothly. Blood flows through easily. But when you do not get enough magnesium, and 75% of people over 50 do not, those vessels lose their ability to relax. They get stuck in a contracted state, tight, stiff, narrow. Now your heart has to push harder to move blood through those tight vessels. And that is where the pressure comes from. It is not that your heart is broken, it is that your vessels are stuck. And the reason they are stuck is because they are missing the one mineral that tells them to relax: magnesium. Without magnesium, your vessels cannot loosen up. They stay tight all day, all night. Every heartbeat becomes harder work for your heart, and your blood pressure climbs higher and higher. Here is what shocked me when I started researching this. 1 tablespoon of pumpkin seeds contains about 150 milligrams of magnesium. That is almost 40% of what your body needs in a single day. And when I started eating just 1 tablespoon every morning on an empty stomach, my body absorbed that magnesium fast. Within an hour, it was in my bloodstream. Within 2 hours, I could feel my vessels starting to relax. It was not dramatic. It was not like taking a pill that hits you immediately. It was gentle, subtle, but it was real. My chest felt lighter. My head felt clearer. And when I checked my blood pressure on day 3, it had already dropped 5 points. 5 points in 3 days. No medication, no side effects, just magnesium doing what it was designed to do, telling my blood vessels to relax. Still with me? Good, because this next part is critical, and most people miss it completely. Magnesium is not the only thing happening here. Pumpkin seeds also give you potassium, a lot of it. 1 tablespoon contains about 230 milligrams of potassium. Now let me explain why that matters. Your body is constantly trying to balance sodium and potassium. When you eat too much salt, and most of us do because it is hidden in everything we eat, your body holds on to water to dilute that salt. More water in your blood means more volume. More volume means more pressure against your vessel walls. Higher blood pressure. The way to fix this is not just to cut out salt. That helps, but it is only half the solution. The other half is eating more potassium. Potassium tells your kidneys to flush out excess sodium. It is like opening a drain. The sodium leaves, the water follows, your blood volume drops, and your pressure comes down naturally. When I started eating pumpkin seeds every morning, I got both magnesium and potassium together. The magnesium relaxed my vessels. The potassium flushed out the sodium. It was like a 1-2 punch, and my body started rebalancing itself. By day 7, I noticed I was not as bloated. My wedding ring fit better. My ankles were not swollen by the end of the day, and my blood pressure had dropped another 4 points. Now here is the third piece that ties everything together. Pumpkin seeds contain something called arginine. It is an amino acid, and your body uses arginine to make something called nitric oxide. Think of nitric oxide as a signal. It tells your blood vessels to open up, to widen, to let blood flow through more easily. When you are younger, your body makes plenty of nitric oxide. Your vessels stay open and flexible. But after 50, production drops. Your vessels do not get the signal anymore. They stay narrow, tight, and your pressure goes up. Arginine from pumpkin seeds gives your body the raw material it needs to make nitric oxide again. More arginine means more nitric oxide. More nitric oxide means wider vessels. Wider vessels mean lower pressure. When I added pumpkin seeds to my morning routine, I gave my body 3 things at once: magnesium to relax my vessels, potassium to flush out sodium, and arginine to help my vessels open up naturally, all 3 working together, all from 1 tablespoon. Let me tell you what those 12 days looked like for me. Day 1 and 2, I did not feel much, but I slept better. Magnesium calms your nervous system, so I fell asleep faster and stayed asleep longer. Day 3 through 6, I started noticing changes. My morning headaches were gone. I had more energy. My chest did not feel as tight. And my blood pressure readings were consistently dropping 3 to 5 points. Day 7 through 10, the changes became obvious. I was not bloated anymore. I was not waking up to go to the bathroom 3 times a night. My resting heart rate had dropped from 78 beats per minute to 72, and my blood pressure was sitting comfortably in the low 130s over mid-80s. Day 11 and 12, everything stabilized. My final reading on day 12 was 131 over 81, down from 158 over 94. That is a 27-point drop in systolic pressure and a 13-point drop in diastolic pressure in 12 days. With 1 tablespoon of pumpkin seeds every morning. Are you still with me? Because I know this sounds almost too simple, but that is the point. The solution does not have to be complicated. Now let me tell you the one mistake I almost made, and the mistake I see everyone make when they try this. I almost bought roasted salted pumpkin seeds. Do not do that. The salt cancels out the potassium benefit. You are trying to get rid of sodium, not add more of it. And roasting at high heat destroys some of the magnesium. You need raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds. That is it. Raw, unsalted. You can find them in the bulk section of almost any grocery store. 1 bag costs about $1 and lasts you 2 weeks. When I finally bought the right kind, everything changed. Here is exactly what I did every morning for 12 days. I woke up, before coffee, before breakfast. Before anything else, I took 1 tablespoon of raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds. I chewed them slowly. I let my body absorb them on an empty stomach. Then I waited 30 minutes before eating or drinking anything else. That empty stomach window is critical. It lets the magnesium and potassium get absorbed quickly without interference from other foods. After 30 minutes, I ate my normal breakfast. That is it. 1 tablespoon. Every morning, 12 days. It could not be simpler. If you want to boost the effect even more, you can add pumpkin seeds to other meals too. I started sprinkling them on salads at lunch, mixing them into yogurt at dinner. But the foundation was always that morning tablespoon on an empty stomach. That is the part that made the difference. That is the part I never skipped. Now let me tell you 2 other things that happened that I did not expect. The first was sleep. I have struggled with sleep for years, waking up multiple times, feeling restless, never feeling fully rested. Within 4 days of eating pumpkin seeds, my sleep completely changed. I was falling asleep within minutes, sleeping through the night, waking up feeling refreshed. Magnesium is a natural sleep regulator. It calms your nervous system and helps your brain shut down at night. I had been deficient for years and did not even know it. The second unexpected benefit was energy. I used to hit a wall around 2 or 3 in the afternoon. I would feel exhausted, foggy, struggling to focus. That afternoon crash disappeared. My energy stayed steady all day. I realized later that when your blood pressure is high, your heart is working overtime. It is exhausting your whole system. When my pressure came down, my heart did not have to work as hard, and my energy came back. Here is something that made me furious when I figured it out. I had been looking at magnesium supplements for months. I would see them at the pharmacy. Magnesium glycinate, magnesium citrate, magnesium oxide, bottles of 60 pills for $25 to $35. I almost bought them several times. But then I read the research. Most magnesium supplements are poorly absorbed. Your body only uses about 30 to 40% of what is in the pill. The rest passes right through you, and some forms cause stomach cramps and diarrhea. Pumpkin seeds give you magnesium in the form nature designed, with fiber, with healthy fats, with potassium and arginine working together. Your body recognizes it, your body absorbs it, and it works. 1 tablespoon of pumpkin seeds costs about 7 cents. 1 magnesium pill costs about 50 cents. The pill gives you magnesium that your body barely absorbs. The seeds give you magnesium plus potassium plus arginine in a form your body was designed to use. That is not a comparison. That is a scam. Let me explain why this matters so much after 50. When you are younger, your body holds on to magnesium better. But as you age, you start losing it faster. Your kidneys flush it out, stress depletes it, coffee depletes it, alcohol depletes it, and the food we eat today does not have much magnesium anymore because the soil is depleted. So by the time you hit 50, you are running on fumes. Your vessels do not relax, your heart works harder, your pressure climbs, and your doctor hands you a prescription that forces your vessels open artificially. But it does not fix the deficiency. It just covers it up. The pill costs $40 a month. You take it forever. And your pressure barely improves. The pumpkin seeds cost $1 for 2 weeks. They fix the deficiency, and your pressure drops naturally. I want to share something my mentor told me years ago when I was in medical school. He said, "Elizabeth, medicine is about treating disease, but health is about giving the body what it needs." That stuck with me, because most of what we do in modern medicine is not about health. It is about managing disease. We give pills that block this enzyme or that receptor. We lower numbers on a chart. but we do not ask the most important question: what is the body missing? What does it need to heal itself? When I started asking that question about my own blood pressure, the answer was clear. My body was not missing a pill. It was missing magnesium, and the moment I gave it what it needed, everything changed. The $1 seed sitting in your pantry has more healing power than the pills in your medicine cabinet. Here's what I want you to take away from this: 12 days. 1 tablespoon of raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds every morning on an empty stomach. My blood pressure dropped from 158/94 to 131/81, not because I took a drug that forced my body to respond, but because I gave my body what it had been missing for years: magnesium to relax my vessels, potassium to flush out sodium, arginine to produce nitric oxide, all three working together, all from 1 tablespoon. The prescription masks the problem and costs hundreds of dollars every year. The seeds fix the deficiency and cost $2 a month. Your blood vessels are not broken. They are just waiting for what they need to heal. Let me make this as simple as possible. Starting tomorrow morning, do this. Buy a bag of raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds from your grocery store. $1. When you wake up, before anything else, take 1 tablespoon. Chew them well. Wait 30 minutes. Then eat your normal breakfast. Do this every single day for 12 days. Track your blood pressure every morning. Write it down. Watch what happens. If you are on medication, do not stop taking it without talking to your doctor. But add the pumpkin seeds. See what happens. Let your body show you what it can do when you give it what it needs. If this video gave you hope, if it gave you a solution your doctor never mentioned, because there is no profit in selling you seeds instead of pills, hit that like button right now and subscribe to Men's Vitality Hub. Every week, I share real solutions for men over 50 who want to take control of their health without filling their medicine cabinet with prescriptions that treat symptoms but never fix the root cause. Tell me in the comments, did you know that 1 tablespoon of pumpkin seeds contains more absorbable magnesium than most supplements, and that magnesium is the key to relaxing blood vessels naturally? Drop your answer below, because your comment might be exactly what another man over 50 needs to see to understand that the most powerful solution for his blood pressure costs $1 and is sitting in his grocery store right now. 1 tablespoon, raw, unsalted, empty stomach, tomorrow morning, 12 days. I will see you in the next one.